Hello, Hare Krishna. I'm a member of Hare Krishna movement, and I think everybody saw people chanting and dancing in the streets of different cities and villages. I want to tell you a few words about what it is and what it means for each person in this world. This is not just religious ritual when we try to go out in the streets and chant the holy names of Krishna trying to attract somebody. Actually, it is not our aim. Our aim is to invite people to bring back a peace, so it is possible to do it when we recognize that we are all the children of the one God, the children of the one Father. This family of this great Father is so huge. It includes all living entities, all the people, animals, and even plants. So, in this family there are different people. Some of them are religious and they chant other names, and we don't have the goal to make people chant like we chant. We just want to inspire people to glorify the Father, no matter which name they call Him. For example, if you are a Christian, glorify Him with the name you know. If you are a Muslim, glorify Him with the name that relates to you. But the most important thing that we should always remember, that we are the children of the one Father, and that we glorify the one God. So, as soon as we understand it, all the misunderstanding and difficulties in this world will disappear, and we will unite all together on the same platform, keeping each other's differences. So we encourage people to do it, and we address it to everybody. Please chant the holy names of the Lord. This is the best and most effective way in this age, the age of conflict, hypocrisy and lie. So this is the best way we can unite and feel the spiritual atmosphere coming down to this world. That's how we can feel the presence of the Lord. So please start chanting and join to our chanting too. We chant the name of your God because there is only one God. I don't see any problems in chanting the name of Krishna or Allah or Jehovah. All these names are authoritative and mentioned in the scriptures. The only thing shouldn't be chanted is invented names. They are authoritative and non-authoritative names. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the authoritative spiritual name which addresses to the Lord, the all-attractive, who attracts everybody and who is important for all the people and living entities in this world, who relates with all living entities and who cares about all of us by Himself. That's God we pray, and we invite you to chant the name of the Lord.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
When we see people of different religions chant and dance in the streets with their hands up, feeling a joy that doesn't have nothing in common with religions, nationality, or different visions of life, people become free from it. To feel real freedom associating with God, that's our goal. To go out in the streets, to help people to understand, to have this experience of associating with God. It has nothing in common with this world. It is impossible to buy a relationship with God, just like it's impossible to buy love. It has to be felt, and it should be shared. It is a full joy which comes to us, thanks to the faith of the people we are chanting the holy name with. So, it is so natural to be happy associating with God, chanting the holy names of the Lord in the street. It's like a little festival which reminds us a life in spiritual world where we come from. The Lord comes here in the form of His holy names to make us feel this familiar, natural and joyful holiday. For example, everybody wants to spend a holiday with their relatives. Now, we have New Year, and look how we prepare to it. So, we can feel this holiday when we get together and chant the holy names of the Lord, the Father of everyone. This is familiar and natural spiritual holiday, chanting the holy names. Just try it.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Все для преданных делаем.
Все равно едет у вас, нет такого опыта в вашей стране.
Hare Krishna, my name is Radhavala Badas. I want to tell you a few words about Harinama Sankirtana. First time I saw Harinama Sankirtana when I was studying in the university. I was sitting in my room and there were only few persons chanting Hare Krishna outside, below my windows. Since that time, many things changed in my life. I was thinking a lot about it. So I can tell you that it's a very unusual thing. It's like to go out from the cell with no air to breathe and breathe in the fresh air to fulfill your lungs. It's like when you were prisoned for a long time without any chance to see the sunlight, and then you got freedom and can see what happens in reality. It's like something supernatural. It's very difficult to explain. Like, if I have something tasty and I describe its taste, it will be very difficult to understand until you taste it by yourself. That's why I offer you to try to join chanting Hare Krishna in the streets, and you can feel something that will change your life completely. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Lots of love for all the world, yeah? Namaste.
Many people ask us what drugs we use, why we are so joyful, so happy. We tell them that we use only holy names, no intoxication. I remember one episode when we were at Harinama in Poland, in Wrocław. There was a drunk man who joined us at our Harinama, and he was walking with us, clapping hands and dancing and chanting during he was drunk. But when he became sober, he started to be shy. So he went away from the Harinam, but later we inspired him again. We invited him to join the Harinam one more time. He started to chant again with enthusiasm. So he spent like 2 hours with us, and in the end of Harinam, local devotees treated us with the ice cream. So he was being invited too. And he started to share his realizations. He told us that he had never been so happy by drinking vodka, smoking cigarettes, and taking drugs. Happy, like he was today chanting with us. It was the happiest time in all my life. I don't know what it was, but something definitely happened. That was that he told us. Krishna consciousness is a joy and happiness, and it can be felt when you go out in the streets for Harinama. There you can feel 100% what Krishna consciousness is. When we walk and chant in the streets of Europe or India, and we can see the faces and people's reaction to our chanting and dancing. So then you can understand what is Krishna consciousness. So this life inspires me to do this spiritual activity, which opens its secrets year by year. And seeing people's joy and inspiration when we do Harinam, you know, this feeling comes through the heart. And this life, I think, this life is very lucky. That's why it is a great pleasure to do this Krishna consciousness activity. This is very inspiring. That's all. Turn it off. Please tell me where you're going right now. We're going to Harinam. Hari is the name of Krishna, and Nama means we have to chant it. Hari means Krishna, the thief, and Nama means his name. When we spell Krishna's name, he steals our hearts, so this is a Harinam. When we go out at the streets, we see how he steals people's hearts. Firstly, he steals our hearts, then he steals people's hearts. Then these people walk just like we walk, and he steals other people's hearts through them. So it is thief mafia which steals hearts. But we are happy, we don't complain. We want him to carry on cleaning us up. The sacrifice of the holy name is the highest form of jagyas, which removes disgraceful age of Kali. We do this jagya to satisfy Sri Krishna Chaitanya. It was evening and it was plenty of people. I was distributing Srila Prabhupada's books with the devotees doing Harinam. I was walking near them, and one woman came to me. She was shaking. She had goosebumps. She took me strongly by the hand, telling me, "Hey young man, I want to tell you one interesting story. I'm from Russia, and I work as a medium. I just saw something right now." And she started to tell that she used to have a walk with her husband at the evening, so one day she heard our chanting. But our group was far away from her, so as a medium she felt a pure and high energy from the place where we were chanting. She was so attracted and she started to run to find this place, but it was a lot of people there. And she saw our group in a distance, and she started to use her medium vision, So I told you that she was shaking, and she had a goosebumps, so I figured it out that it was happening in reality. She felt it so strongly, so she started to use her medium vision and she saw something like bright orange sphere above our group. It was like a flame. And this energy, this sphere was so attractive, and there was a ray of the same color coming out from the sphere to the sky, to eternity of space. And she was so attracted that she started to approach to our group. Then she saw amazingly beautiful face of young boy in this sphere above the heads of the devotees who were chanting. So she was naive when she saw this beautiful boy, and I was holding a CD with a picture of Krishna and Sri Radha. So when she occasionally saw the picture during the dialogue, she shouted, "It was him, it was him, it was him."
Thank you for this beautiful dance. I love it. Aki's from Naples. It was incredible. We had so much fun and they just pulled us right in. It was fantastic. Thank you.
It was beautiful and a celebration and everybody was united in one. It was great.
Oh, it was just amazing. I didn't expect for all this party and very colorful. You have a great energy and that took me all around these streets. So thank you very much.
피렌체 와서 좋은 추억 만들어서 재밌었고요. 즐거웠어요.
К нам присоединился парень, он сказал, что он из Америки.
Once one guy from US, Massachusetts, joined us. He recognized the devotees and started to chant Hare Krishna. He was dressed in a nice clothes with sunglasses like Stallone has, and there was a beautiful girl with him. They told us that they were going to India, so they know a little about devotees. And we began a new kirtan and they joined us. Meanwhile, it started to rain a little. It was a beautiful melody and the guy raised his hands up to the sky. So he was chanting very truthfully, and it was raining stronger and stronger, so as became kirtan too. So he went deeply in the kirtan. Many devotees said that it was just sentiments, but after one moment when he was chanting with all his heart, and it was raining really strong already, and he fell down on his knees and he started to weep just in the street in the center of Rome. So his girlfriend wasn't surprised. I guess she knew he's so emotional, so she started to film a video, and he was crying just in the street, with all this rain, and we just felt a little bit confusing because of the people looking at us. So I came to him and raised him from his knees and put my hand at his head. Then I hugged him, and we were standing like 15 seconds, it's a lot for a hug, and we started to dance a little, so I guess people may think that's weird. So I stood back from him, so we started to dance through the tears, through the rain, and everybody felt the pressure went out and the atmosphere changed. I don't think it was some kind of sentiment, it was truthful, and Kirtan became so strong after, and the mood has absolutely changed. So Krishna appears like this through this kind of person in this kind of situation. In Bhajan Shachisutastikam, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says that Lord Chaitanya will appear at Harinam in the streets of different cities. While his holy name will be chanted, people will feel clearly a presence of God. If we watch Harinama Yatra's video from 2007, we will see that people's experience matches to what the Shastras describes. For example, two people talk to each other and one of them asks another, "What is Krishna?" and gets the answer. Krishna isn't what, but who. It's a personality. Or when old ladies and men share that when they hear devotees chanting the holy name, they feel that these chanters have a connection with the high origin. So, all they are speaking about is described in Shastras. So, it means they actually have a real spiritual experience. So, it will happen with everybody.
souls. So wake up, so wake up. Lord Gauranga calls. When first to this world you came, you said, my Lord, I'll always praise your name. Broken promise, you suffer in illusion. Don't know who you are. Delirious confusion, broken promise, you suffer in illusion. Don't know who you are. Delirious confusion, so wake up, so wake up. All you sleeping souls, so wake up, so wake up.
Sometimes we get together at home with friends just to chant. We try to go deep into the holy name to make a friendship with each other, putting the holy name in the center. We try to express our feelings through the kirtan. And in our yatra there is one devotee, one Mataji. She's kind of mystic. Since her childhood, she's able to see other world, to see the ghosts. So one day after chanting, we chant for 2 hours usually. So she asked us if we saw who was here today while we were chanting. She told us that she saw a 2 meters high ghost man who was standing near the door. He was listening our chanting very attentively, and then he just became a spark, just a little spark, and flew away. So there was another Mataji who saw it too. So it was so inspiring. He was just became a little spark and flew away. At the moment, so I heard it from 2 different people and it's very inspiring. We don't have any qualification to chant the holy name. It's not even Namapas at all, it's just Namaparada. We chant just to enjoy it or thinking about our other subject, home stuff, So we don't have any qualification, we are just neophytes. But even this kind of chanting of the holy name has its own power, no matter by whom it is chanted. If Jiva has a sanction, so the holy name helps. Just imagine how powerful the holy name is. So we can help other living entities even without any qualification. It is so inspiring. Harinama also acts like this. Even when the streets are empty with no people, there are plenty of living entities, grass, trees, microbes, at least ghosts. All these entities get so much benefit. It is very inspiring.
I like the energy that you have. Yeah, it's so like it was so perfect. Congratulations that you guys have like an unstoppable energy. I liked it. Yeah, that's so great.
Where you from?
Congratulations.
Where you from?
Turkey. I'm
Turkey,
from
wow.
yeah.
Nice.
I loved it. Thank you.
I strongly believe that Harinam changed a person's life. If just one idea would pass through his mind when he see it, if something would rise up within him, you know, if he wouldn't chant or dance, it could be enough to God to take this soul and to change it completely, just like it happens to me. So thank you so much for doing Harinam. I'm very glad. Thank to my Guru Maharaja for giving me this service. So all glories to Guru Maharaja, Srila Prabhupada, and all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
When you go out for Harinam and dance, especially in other cities when you don't know anybody and also don't know language, but you just chant the holy names of the Lord and dance, so people become closer to you, because chanting is not for body, it is for soul. And when we dance at Harinam and involve people and they enjoy it and smile, so at the end of the Harinam you hug them and you become closer. And once at Rome we were doing Harinam, so I met a little girl, maybe she was 7 years old, and we were dancing together, and it was like she was lost and she just surrounded to the process completely, and to me too. So I started to feel something very warm, you know, very warm feelings, just like she was my sister. And so when we got to go, I turned around and her mom was speaking to somebody, and the girl, she was looking at us and at me. And then a little bit later, when we started to chant again, she just ran to me again, and it was like we are two sisters who hadn't seen each other for ages. So we hugged again and danced, and finally we went away I turned around and saw she was looking at me like we are so close and have to separate from each other. Harinama is a really amazing process. No matter the nationality, religion, we just unite. We become closer. We become one family. The end.
Этот беспокойный век сам не может человек правильно Писание изучать. Оттого Господь велел, чтобы каждый просто пел, нужно вместе Бога призывать. Посреди эпохи Кали люди много потеряли аскетизм и милосердный нрав. Те, кто к Господу шагали, ссориться с другом стали, споря, кто же прав, а кто не прав. В этот долгий страшный век склонен каждый человек лицемерным быть и враждовать. Оттого Господь велел, чтобы каждый просто пел, нужно вместе Бога призывать. Нужно вместе Бога призывать.